Okay, so good afternoon. So I'm here to present on your requested, your requested topics. So it's about first, we will be tackling about this grid. So this grid setup is the most important part of the modeling because this is the initial phase of modeling. So you have to set up the grid, and it's very important that your grid must be. I mean, in- you must plan that if your grid will be move up. You can your grid will be movable or it's a fixed grid. Okay, so we have here this grid. If you have to double click this grid, sorry, if you have to double click this grid, we have here the coordinates, labels, the line extensions. These are the basic. These are basic information about grids, and we have the magnetic plane, which is I explained it to you later on a moment. And also this user-defined attributes, which is the lack of grids. So this is able to prevent from modifying the grid. Okay. So right now, let's modify this one. So before you set up a grid, we must have to make sure that what will be the purpose of our grid. For example, if our grid are the grid lines that we will create are just the ordinary grid. For example, just X and Y, X or just an ordinary X and Y grid, XYZ grid. Then we can use this magnetic grid plane. Okay, so remember, if our grid will be just an ordinary grid, we can use this magnetic grid plane. So later I will explain to you what is the purpose of magnetic grid plane. And if you have planned or if your model is complicated and you have to add diagonal or inclined grid, maybe it's along Z or along Y or along X diagonal grid, you can add those grids, but we don't. It's not recommended to use magnetic grid plane if you have to add manual grids. Okay, so right now, let's say we have this one is just an ordinary grid along X, Y, and Z format. So what is the purpose of this magnetic grid? Sorry. This magnetic grid is very helpful, especially during engineering works, because during engineering works or the design work, sometimes grid is moving. Sometimes architect has been wants to move the grid along maybe 100 to the right or 100 to the left or maybe up and down like that. So this is very important. So what will happen if our grid will be magnetic grid? So, okay, let's just check this one and create modify. Okay, so if your grid will be magnetic, if I will change this x value or x coordinate values, for example, for 8,000, and then and I will modify this one. Then, as you can see, my column here along grid B1 and 1 move, but this column only move on the other on one side. So what happened? So I will explain that this column is the top level of this column is if you double click this column, the top level of this one is around 20,000. Sorry, it's become beam property. So we have to inquire this one. Sorry. Okay. If we inquire this one, part is on sorry, the top part will be on 20,000. Okay, Zay is 20,000 for part. So what happened? Because why this column, or I mean the column did not move, or move together with, or move along with the grid. So if we can see, this grid for the coordinates along Z is just 8,000 plus 2,000 of line extension. That means the highest point that this grid that will include, or that will be magnetic, it will just until 10,000 from um, from zero. So that means that this top is not, I mean, magnetic. I mean, this top line, or top handle, or the end point for this one is beyond the set grid. So that's why this one doesn't move. Okay. So just I have to just undo this one. So that's how the magnetic grid works. So it has an advantage and disadvantage. So better to plan first before we have to do a setup. Okay, take this to the plan, and I will just, okay. So let's go with the grid with inclined, or diagonal, manually added diagonal grids, or other inclined grids. So for example, uh, this grid, I have to add diagonal grid from this point until this point. Okay. So what can I do is, just click this one to select grid lines. So this this will select the individual grid lines. Okay, not the grid itself. So right now, if we are currently selected this grid line, we can right click this one, or manually copy. For example, we have to copy this and move from here going here. So for example, 2000. So we have this grid line copied here. So if we double click this grid line, as you can see, that the depth of the view plane is 8,000, and also that means that from 0 until 8,000, and that means plus 2,000 up and 2,000 down. So that means that is the depth, or the depth of the view plane. So we can change this one. For example, we have to change this to number 3, and we can modify this one. And also, we can also move the grid. Okay? For example, we have to move this one. Sorry, it's still magnetic. I forgot, sorry. Okay, so we have to modify this first to make it not magnetic grid. So, okay, and then we have to copy this one. We'll do it again. Copy. Okay, and change this one to number 3. Okay, and also we can move this grid. I mean, this working point from here to here. So we have this magnetic grid. Okay, so this inclined grid is manually added. If you will go back to this, for example, grid, you have to pick the grid. For example, here, if you modify the grid, for example, you have double click the grid and accidentally modify it, then you have to click. And you can, as you can see, the grid disappears because this grid line is ordinary. So what do we have to do is just, I mean, double click this grid and then use this user-defined attributes and lock our grid so to prevent direct modification. Sorry, to prevent modification of our grid. Okay, so okay, so if someone will accidentally double click this one and click modify, it has a pop-up question if you want to change the coordinate. If you can still accidentally click to yes, then there's another one pop-up that the grids are locked. And there are locked objects C report. That means you cannot modify the grid. Okay, so this is uh, countermeasure to how to prevent this grid from direct from modification. So sometimes if we are working I mean there are multi. I mean the model is set to multi-user and there are so many users that you are using. Sometimes our grid can be accidentally modified. So how about if that would be the case? Then it can create um, uh, it can create a uh, damage to your model. So it's sometimes if you already saved that one, it's sometimes it can be irreversible. So you can undo the the one that items that you have in modified, especially the grid. So grid setup is an important. So first you have to modify. You have to set or you have to define your grid if it's an ordinary grid or the have a manually added grid. So if the ordinary grid, you can check the magnetic grid plane if you want. But if you have this um, you know, manually added grid, don't. I advise not to check this magnetic plane or grid plane. So that's it for the grid. And sorry, just to add that the circular grid as that you have requested is available only on higher version. So I will send you a separate video for that. And now for grids, these are the important ones. Okay, thank you very much and